This is hard for me because I'm so shy.
Oh, Lord.
How much time do I have?
I'm more a behind the scenes sort of person.
But I'm behind the scenes.
Sometimes we think, I'm not doing the big thing. But it doesn't always have to be the big thing. For me, if you're a small group leader, to me, that's where it's all happening. In churches today, I believe the strength of the church is a small group. And as their leader, it has made me a better person because now I have to practice what I preach. I have to set the example. I have to, set the example. Whoa.
I think that there's a big calling, especially in our world today, where we have a lot of kids that are troubled.
Youth group. Oh, to me, that's another one of my passion because I came from a dysfunctional family, and I see so many kids that come on Sunday night that are also from dysfunctional families, and I can just share with them and show them the love of God.
I think if you just show some love, like Jesus showed the world to some kids, that maybe they might have some hope. Sometimes coming here, sometimes it can take a lot of patience, but at the same time, sometimes I feel like coming to youth, they give me youth again.
I may be older, but inside I'm still a kid and I always will be.
I laugh a lot, and sometimes their prayers, I need them as much as they need mine.
We come to you to give the kids things. I always get so much out of it.
I don't have grandchildren, and I feel like the grandma to all those kids. And it's gotten to the point now that they trust me.
And it's a safe place for them to come where they could be out doing somewhere else, and they know when they're here, even though we hold them accountable for their behavior sometimes, we all love them.
How has it changed my life? Well, I have something to think about when I'm doing my chores around the house or my sewing or one of those things. They kind of run through my head. I think about them in odd little moments of the day. I wonder how this one's doing. I wonder how that one's doing. They're such nice kids. I just feel like I'm blessed to know them.
So one of the things that made me want to do the youth band, for instance, is I read about this nun in Jamaica who taught all of these Jamaican kids how to play instruments. And it affected them in such a way that it started reggae music. But if this old nun in Jamaica could affect someone's life that immensely, so can I. And I think that's the attitude people have to have. That that little bit of work or that Sunday afternoon, that might change somebody's life.
It's not about me or my need. It's about sharing what I have. Sometimes I look at my skills and wonder if it's really a blessing, but it is, because I can share it and it shares God's love, and it just is so rewarding. I don't work directly with the crowd, but I do work with a crew in the kitchen, and it has taught me give and take. It's taught me patience. It's taught me God is still going to be God. If what we're putting together isn't exactly what I had in my mind's eye, it's still helping someone and fulfilling a need and passing the love of God and Jesus on to the people that are coming in. It's just so awesome to see God at work, and that He's using our kitchen and our staff of volunteers to provide and help them feel welcome and safe and cared for.
A servant is a devoted and helpful follower, and to me, it just means to be available and willing to do and go where God calls me.
To me, it means to be called to do what He asks you to do. I serve on the caring ministry. I've gotten more involved in Bible studies, but I felt a calling to do the things that I got involved doing.
I think it's exciting to see where God places you, and when you're called to a specific ministry, it opens a lot of doors and builds relationships. Well, Betty and I have been visiting for years, and we used to visit individually, and then somehow we were able to combine our efforts and got on a schedule. And some days we plan to go visit, and we don't even know who we're going to go see. And God just opens the doors, and we're able to visit with people unexpectedly and in such a powerful way.
The smiles on their faces when you go to visit them, just having a conversation with them, asking them how their day is, how they've been, I've done communion with them, and they look forward to those things because to them that's important. They can't be at Wesley anymore, but you're coming to them and you're giving them the opportunity to still do communion and still be a part of Wesley and still know what's going on and that people still care about them and wonder how they're doing.
The prayer shawl ministry has totally touched lives. Through our caring ministry, we've been able to take the prayer shawls and deliver them, and I have to say that definitely is one of many high points when we visit people and present them with a prayer shawl. They're just so grateful to know that there are people that would take the time to make something, and then another group of people that might take the time to deliver them. And I think it's very is a great witness of what Wesley Church is all about, because we do have many parts of our church body, and people are gifted in so many different ways. And when we're able to communicate and help each other, we're able to do so much more.
Choir is fantastic. Susan is fantastic. The choir members we become, especially recently, we become a kind of a cohesive unit where we fill in for each other and we each know what part we play in the whole. And it's just such a nice experience. It is a small group. It just feels like I'm working with my friends in a field that I feel is enriching me. I feel like I'm part of the team. I mean, I've always loved to sing, and I really like the group. I've been in choir for so long, and I started out in bells and then went to choir.
Playing for the praise team, I love it because one, they let me do whatever I want, and it's a lot of fun. But I really can let go, and it's a blessing to me. And I think that there's a connection there through music to God.
We're not performing. We're there to aid the congregation in worship and to worship God with our music. So even if we might sing a couple of notes off key once in a while, we still feel that we're honoring God and we're helping the congregation.
When people come into church, especially when I see someone new, I think I need to do the best I can that day. Because maybe they'll be like, wow, I really like that music, So it changes my life by showing me you got to not just fall short or just take the easy route.
It has changed my life, I'm sure, in ways that I don't even realize.
It's made me realize that there's more than just me.
It helps me to get outside of myself.
It's not about me anymore.
Volunteer.
And if you can't do it, who else is going to do it?
Reliable, dependable, and committed.
Being a servant is being called, like, even though you really kind of don't want to do, like, making a video.
This part might be edited out.
Really foul this up.
Wow. Turn that off.